Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? This is your boy Isaac.
And this is your boy Bryce.
And we are brothers on tennis.
So, we spent the whole last hour going off on tangents and talking about the results from last week. But where we are at now is we are finally at... Look, Paul, we did not talk smack about Layla. We just said, everything that I said to you in text. We love her. We support her. She's JV potential, but she's not going to beat the big babes. Okay, so we have Miami here, and the draws came. Well, the women's draw actually came out yesterday, and the men's draw came out this morning.
Yes.
And Isaac, which draw would you like to start with, the women or the men?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. All right.
Ooh. Okay.
So let's just do this since we know we got some time.
Yeah.
Let's just walk down the draw kind of like section by section.
Mm-hmm.
And so, Isaac, the first section, or I guess we should call it the first. Wait a minute. Let me make sure I'm calling this right. So I guess I'm thinking about the round of 16.
Okay.
Round of 16.
Yo.
So what are you thinking that looks like? I mean, I'm saying that I feel like that's gonna come down between the winner of Barty and Azarenka. What do you think?
I have to agree. Again, Kerber, I don't know that she's really found her old form. Yeah,
she on retirement watch.
Correct. Yeah, she's been getting stolen on a bit, and I just think that it might be tight on her. Right. And of course, you got Ostapenko up in there, and she might upset Risk. I would be hard pressed to say she's going to upset Ash Barty.
Right.
So I agree with you, brother. I think it will end up being a Barty Azarenka round of 16 on that one. How about you?
That's kind of where I'm at. And so maybe do we stop there, because by the time we get to next Monday, that'll be about where we're at, right?
Correct.
Round of 16.
I think that would be
yeah. So we don't need to go further than that for tonight. All right.
There we go.
So in that first section, we're saying,
Paul,
the winner between Barty and Azarenka. Now, in the second section, Now, so I initially was like, okay, this is going to come down. I think you're going to have Bencic and Sabalenka meet. Mm-hmm. Venus has always had issues with Bencic.
I know.
Now, I see her getting past this Diaz in the first round. Do you not see her getting past that? Oh, say it isn't so.
So, it okay. Listen, it goes without saying, I got my love for Venus. Mm-hmm. But coming off the injury that we saw, it'll be interesting to see if she's ready for a match. I know she's back on the court and she's practicing and everything. I feel like that's a little different than actually playing a match. And Diaz is not a throwaway match. She's tough. I am very concerned about Venus getting out of that first round.
Oh, wow. See, I thought she definitely gets that first round, and then I was concerned about her getting past Bencic in the next round.
Yeah, I'm concerned about that too. If she does happen to get through the first, it's just not that's not the best, I guess, lineup for Venus. But I mean, it could be worse. But I still, unfortunately, don't know that I see her making it either out of the first or second round. To be honest,
you want to know what's funny? When I was first looking at the draw, I looked down, I saw where Venus was at, and obviously I wasn't real pleased. I was like, dang, she might be out in the second round.
Yeah.
And then I started looking at the entire draw, and I was like, I don't know where there's nowhere else I can say I wish she was in that section. Because every section,
it's like I kind of wish she were playing Vondrousova versus Bencic, maybe. I'll throw her out, or Ali Risk. but yeah,
But in terms of her making it to like a round of 16,
yeah.
there's no soft spots in this draw, really.
No. I honestly, when I saw the draw, I literally, I didn't have her coming out of there. To me, the one right below it is the really interesting one, in my opinion. So I think the Mladenovic, of course, my girl Danielle Karen Collins.
Yeah.
I always love me some Danielle, but
Uh-huh.
I think that's going to be a good fight. But I see Danielle getting through that. And Bryce, I didn't say this on the last one, but I tell you what, that Kudermatova, I
Mhm.
like her.
Yeah, I
She
do
got a
too.
little bit of game. She feisty and she got some game. And so I feel like whoever she plays, that's going to be a good matchup. But I I have a feeling Kudermatova may get through that, and then she'll probably have to probably play Sabalenka, and then I think Sabalenka is going to spank up whoever is on that other side, in my opinion.
Sabalenka comes through that whole section, I think.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that I agree completely.
So then in the section below that, now this is an interesting section because you
Yes.
have Halep, Coco Gauff. Some people might mention Madison Keys. I really don't think she's going to be a factor. And Iga Swiatek.
Yes. I need to see that Keys Swiatek matchup. I need to see that. I
Well,
really do.
Keys better try to get past Siniakova potentially in that second round match.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if Keys plays Swiatek, she loses.
I would think so as well. But I want to see the matchup. I want to see how she plays her, and because Swiatek has big strokes and big weapons as well. So it'd be interesting to see how they match up with one another.
Right, and honestly, I need to see that Halep Golf rematch.
Yeah, quiet. I saw that and I was like, yeah, I need to see that because I want to see what Halep does differently, or is Coco going to be able to, effectively get up on her again? Which
Right.
I honestly feel like she. I'm putting my coins on Coco, to be very honest with
Coco
you.
is looking good. Coco's
Mm-hmm.
looking good. Now I
Mm-hmm.
see. I think it's Paul who mentioned that this Kanja.
Yeah, Kanju. Yeah.
Drew, she's back.
Yeah.
I remember the name. I don't really remember her game though.
I don't as much either, but I know that she's a strong opponent though. I
Okay.
remember she played some good matches, so that's not a gimme if she's up to form.
Right. So
Yeah.
I'm saying the round of 16 in this section would be the winner of Halep and Golf
Mm-hmm.
against Swiatek.
Yeah, and I'm putting Coco and Swiatek.
Oh, okay. I like
Yeah,
that. You're confident.
I'm confident that Coco is going to get it done against Halep. I don't think Halep is ready.
Okay. So, and then the final section of the top half of the draw
Mm-hmm.
is okay. I say it's going to come down in the matchup between Kvitova and Shelby Rogers.
Boy, you better stay out my brain, because that's what I predict. I think Shelby Rogers is going to get through that section. I think Svitolina gets upset. I
Yeah.
really do.
And can you really even call it an upset at this point?
Honestly, not really, because I just feel like, again, Svitolina's game has kind of just been, and again, when she's had her opportunity, she hadn't shown up. So,
Right.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
There you go. So let's go to the second half of the bottom half of the Miami draw for the women, and in that first round of 16 or 16th section of the draw. Ooh, you know what? It's a shame because Bianca, I know you're trying to come back. Anna Samova, I know you're still trying to come back. Martic, we know you're just a draw filler.
Right.
Muguruza comes through there.
She comes through there without question. I don't know who of them other ones are going to do anything, but Mugu makes it out of there for sure.
Now, in the section, we have Sloane Stephens.
Yep.
Who gets a qualifier in the first round. So we got to, first of all, see who that qualifier is.
Quietly. Now, okay, so we got to put pause because I got to go. I got to go on concerned dad mode. Did you see Sloane on the court in Monterey? I mean, mind you, she was on there for a quick second, then she was gone.
Right.
But did you see her?
I did.
Was it me, or does Sloane look skinny?
Yeah, you know what? I was trying to put a positive spin on it and say she's really in shape, or I don't. Either she's like really in shape, which would be amazing, or I don't know if some of this emotional stuff she's gone through off the court, she's lost. You
She's lost
know,
some weight. She's lost some weight, and I don't know that I
remember
don't
when
know
we
that I
saw her in
see her.
Charleston in the pink
Oh yeah, yeah,
sweatpants?
yeah, yeah.
That ain't the same
That's not the
Sloan.
same Sloan, and but at the same time, it's also not 2017 Sloan either. She doesn't look as muscular or as athletic. She just to me looks, and she doesn't look bad.
No, not at
But
all.
she just doesn't look, because Sloan used to have them Serena arms. She used to have them really nice kind of
Mm-hmm.
tone cut arms, and I just I'm a little bit concerned for my sister. I have to be honest with you, because when I saw her in that match, I was just like, Sloan don't look right to me,
Right.
and that concerns me. Just
Right.
in all seriousness, that it really does.
Mm-hmm.
So but funny enough though, she did an IG and she was talking about this freshly thing that sends you gourmet meals and what have
Mm-hmm.
you. She seemed to be pretty happy there. She was talking about how she was about to go to Miami and she had a quarantine on her birthday for the 24 hours. So she seemed all right. But again, when I look at my girl, I'm concerned, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna leave that there. And so
Right.
Sloan, if I don't know if this get out to you, but just know, brothers on tennis, we got you in our prayers because we know you
Absolutely.
done been through a lot. We just want you to be healthy though. So
And to Karima, who's coaching her, is still
it's still come out.
Kamal Murray. And we're
Mm-hmm.
actually in the process of trying to get our schedules together to interview Kamal. So maybe we'll get some additional insight there when we talk to him.
Yes.
But honestly, it don't matter because that is Muguruza's section, and
This
Muguruza
is true.
will be through to the round of 16 in that section.
This is the truth. There you go.
Now, the section below there is
Uh-huh.
interesting because this is a section with a lot of the upstarts, right?
Correct.
So you got Jen Brady. Now, we know what Jen does. She does well, and then she loses in the first round. So I can't remember on what part
which
of
one?
the pendulum we're at right now. But anyway, that's Jen Brady. Paul, we got Rabakina up in there, and we want to see what she's going to do, even though she will potentially have to play Kai Kanepi in the second round, which we
Right.
know that ain't never any fun.
Correct.
And then you have Jabeur and Kennan.
Yep.
And Jill Teichman.
And Jill Teichman. I was about to say, don't forget about Lefty Jill.
Right. So I'm thinking it comes down to who wins between Brady and Rabakina and who wins between Jabeur and Kennan.
Yeah.
I mean, I know that's very broad, but
yeah, if I'm gonna stretch, which I do that. I'm gonna stay committed, and I'm just gonna put it out there. I'm riding with Rabakina, so I'm gonna keep riding with her. So I'm gonna have her facing Jabeur because I think Jabeur is gonna upset Sophia Kenin.
Okay. I could see that. Definitely. I'm not going any further.
I like how you said that. I ain't going no further.
Now, in this next section, it's weird because first of all, I had to laugh when I saw Carolina Pliskova got Jessica Pegula
yet again,
and in her section, and you know what the funny thing is? It's not just that Pegula has been beaten up on Pliskova; it's the scores. I mean, it's like she took her spirit.
She was like, "You do not belong on this court with me. Walk away, bitch, walk." Because everybody's scared of you.
Right. I'm just trying to tell you.
Man, listen.
So I see Pegula facing the winner of Sakari and Burton's, and we got Burton's on the comeback, and Sakari is on a little bit of a slump right now.
Yeah, but she gonna get that resurge on this one though. She gonna get up on Kiki. She gonna be like, Kiki, you ain't ready for this. Nah. Yeah, so Kiki right on clay. Remember, Kiki's strongest surface is clay. She does well on hard courts, but
Mm-hmm.
her surface is clay, so I feel like she's getting herself ready for the coming months.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I honestly don't see her. I see Sakari getting through there, so I see a Pagula Sakari.
So, do you have a pick on that Pagula Sakari?
You know, if in truth, I would probably lean a little bit towards Sakari.
Okay, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I can vibe that.
Yeah, just a little bit. Not
Uh,
much. I'd say maybe 55-45.
and then in the final grouping of 16,
Mm-hmm.
I basically just said, okay, it's Mertens versus Osaka. Although I had to laugh when I saw Putin Seva. And now I believe Osaka's over that now.
Yeah, she is
I
over
do
that.
believe she's over that now because Osaka is my pick to win the whole tournament.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
and like I told somebody recently, Osaka is my pick to win every hard court tournament until further notice.
Correct.
If she's in the draw.
She has to be your favorite going through because no one has proven that they can stop her yet.
Right, right.
So, prove you can stop her.
Do you see
Muguruza
anything
almost got there.
Yeah, yeah.
She almost.
And then Osaka remembered she was Muguruza. But do you see that being different? You know, that Osaka will meet Mertens and Osaka will beat Mertens to get that 16th spot.
Absolutely. That you might throw up a Contavate versus Mertens matchup. That one to me is more of a toss up. Because Contavate played some good tennis. She actually is pretty good. So I more so I think whoever wins that will play Osaka. But either way, they're gonna get spanked up and they're gonna get sent home.
And I see somebody asking what was the deal between Osaka and Putintseva. It was just the fact that Putintseva seemed to have Osaka's number there for a minute.
Yeah, she beat her like what, 2, maybe 3 times in a row? And then Osaka was finally like, okay,
I'm tired of you.
The woman, I'm tired of you. Get on out the way. And I think she's beaten her the last 2, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think it's the last
I think
2.
Osaka has been like, okay, shoot. I kind of got this now.
Right.
But before we get off the women's draw, I want to call out 2 things. Now, the USTA may not be able to get the daggone stats right on when Sloane Stephens won the U.S. Open.
Right.
But I'm assuming they had some influence, or maybe this came from James Blake, that 2 of the wild cards went to up-and-coming African-American women. We have in the top half of the draw, we have Katrina Scott.
That's right.
In there. And the bottom half of the draw, we have Robin Montgomery. And, let's see how they do. I'm glad they have the opportunity to have a main draw entry in such a large tournament,
Absolutely. I agree with you, brother. Got to give our young ones a little bit of visibility.
Right.
Get them hungry.
So now Rick is saying, put me down for Osaka to win every tournament she enters. I can't go that far with you because she still needs to prove herself on clay and on grass.
Correct.
But on hard courts, I agree with you.
Yes, yeah. I still feel like there's a few people that will definitely get up on her on clay. Because, it's a slower surface. She can't overpower them. I don't feel like she's got that movement just yet as far as how to slide around the court like some of them dirt ballers do. You got to there's some skill to being up on that clay court. And I think, like I said, a Halep or somebody, they will be licking their chops to get with Naomi on some damn clay.
Right,
Let me tell you.
Right, exactly. And like we said, Serena need to win that Wimbledon before Osaka learns how to play on grass.
Before she get good, right?
Right, because then it'll be a wrap. So let's move to the men's draw.
Yes.
And let's do the same thing. And in this first grouping of 16, this is Medvedev's group. And I'm sorry, I just don't see anybody in here that got, please let him play Sam Kerr in the second round so he can beat him down. If he faces Opelka, he going to beat him down. He gonna make, give me another sorry American I can beat down.
Well, quietly.
Francis Tiafoe probably ain't going to get past Daniel Evans. So that's not going to happen. Lajovic, who is about to get up off my varsity team down to my JV team, ain't stopping nobody. Even though he did beat Medvedev a couple of weeks ago, I think that was because that was a very slow hard court.
Correct.
Miami is not going to be a slow hard court. And Medvedev is going to remember
He gonna be exactly. He gonna be
That
for that revenge. He gonna be
right.
like, yeah, you got me last time, son. Not
So
this time.
so do you see anybody stopping Medvedev from getting to the final 16?
No, no, not at all. No, I think his path is pretty clear. I think him playing Sam will be a good prep for him to then play Opelka potentially if
Mm-hmm.
right. But I tell you what,
Uh-huh.
okay, who you might need to don't be sleeping on is Alexei Popyrin.
That's
Alexei Pop,
true.
don't be sleeping on. Now,
That's
mind
true.
you, he ain't got nothing for Medvedev, but
Right.
quietly, he might be the one meeting Medvedev prior to the round of 16. We talking about
Mm.
Opelka, and no, it might end up being Popyrin, which actually I kind of hope it is because
Me
I
too.
like that young kid. He
Yeah.
looks like he might be doing some things, and he
Mm-hmm.
looks serious. He's a good Australian. He looks like he's again of the
Mm-hmm.
of the right mind.
Team Glue.
Exactly. That's right. That's
Mm-hmm.
right.
Better
So
get on the
yeah.
brand.
Exactly. Get on the brand.
So let's go down to the next section, right?
Yeah. All right.
So now here's an interesting section.
Yeah.
Initially I looked at it and I said, okay, this is going to come down to FAA meeting RBA, the battle of the acronyms, right? Or not
Right.
acronym, initials of
And
the
then
initials,
right.
right? Because Isner, I think they said Isner done made it to the finals here so many times. He don't get past the second round here. And Struth, I don't think he, I don't see him take, RBA is too consistent and all that. But what I did not see was in the first round, you have Lloyd Harris against Andy Murray. Now, first of all, that's just a popcorn match anyway. Lloyd is going to make him have to go put some WD-40 on that hip. Andy Murray ain't gonna have nothing for Lloyd, so you'll see Andy Murray on the side like the Tin Man from the Wiz, slide some oil to me. I mean, yeah, that hip ain't gonna feel good at all. But
you are insane.
But it'll be interesting to see whether or not Harris keeps his good streak going and can actually take out RBA.
Yeah. I don't know that I see that happening. RBA is, like I said, I think he's, he's back to old ways, and I don't know that I would see Lloyd being able to get past his. I don't know that I see that. So yeah, that's going to be a fun one though.
So any calls on FAA versus RBA?
Not for me. But I tell you what. I don't know that I would like the matchup against FAA if Isner were to get to that round.
Oh, really?
I don't know if RBA has the right return of serve.
Mm-hmm.
He's always more aggressive on his return of serve. And against Isner, you just got to be able to get balls back into play. And then once you get that rally started, then you can get it. But if you're trying to be aggressive against that big old serve, that might concern me.
Well, now remember, Isner hasn't been playing, so he might have to put in some work to get past Pospisil.
That's a very true statement. Very true statement. Yeah. So yeah, that section is gonna be crazy. But at the same time, I'm right there with you, bro. I do think it'll be FAA against RBA.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the next section is very interesting. I'm telling you what, y'all, Miami is about to be popping for this next week and a half.
Wow. Throwing them hands.
In the next section, you've got Zverev, Basilashvili, Sinner, Khachanov, and throw in Dominic Kupfer just for a little extra flavor there.
Yep. To me, I feel like it's going to be a rematch of the Zverev Sinner match.
Okay. I can see that.
I think I see Sinner being able to get past Khachanov. I appreciate Koepfer being in there, but I don't think he's quite ready for Sinner at this point.
And look, and I just want to call out because Paul is saying Alcaraz, the little 17-year-old Spanish guy. Remember, nice strokes, but still really don't know how to play yet. And
he getting there.
he's got that Rusevore in the first round. Yeah, he might not get past that. I'm just keep it funky, you know. And even if he does, didn't Zverev beat him already recently or something?
Alcaraz not gonna have that for Zverev.
No. Yeah, he really looks young. I mean, in terms of his game.
Correct.
And, it's you know, people shouldn't rush him. Let him come in here and get his experience, and maybe we'll talk about him in a couple of years. But
he's gonna be good. I absolutely believe that he will be. He gonna be good. You don't have folks talking about him for no reason. Right. But I agree with you. I think he needs to grow just a little bit more. Fill out a little bit more, because again, he looks like a boy. He doesn't quite look like a. Yeah, he just a little bit more seasoning, a little bit more marinate, a little bit. It'll be all right.
And so then we have the final section here of the top half, where you have Dimitrov, Fritz, Bublik, and Goffin. And then just a little interesting action here. You got Americans meeting in the first round, Garon versus Paul.
Right. Who then will take on Fritz.
Yeah, I mean, that's what are you thinking is happening there?
It's kind of interesting, but you know, I like all of them. I mean, you know, they're all good. I for whatever reason, I'm leaning towards Tommy Paul making it through, though. I'm leaning toward him actually getting past Giron and Fritz. I actually think he might end up being the one to potentially take on Grigor.
And remember,
and again,
he beat Grigor. What was it at the French?
Australia? Was it?
Australia?
I thought it was Australian.
It may have been. I don't really keep up with him like that.
Yeah,
I don't keep up with him like that. But yeah, well, we know he's got a win over Dimitrov, so he won't go in there scared.
Exactly.
And so, what are you thinking here? I mean,
that bottom one is kind of weird, but you know, Bublik is so crazy to me. But at the same time, you know, you got steady David Goffin. So it's like, do you go with crazy or do you go with steady? And because it's in 1,000 level, I'm going with Goffin, because I think steady is going to be the one that's going to get it through. But I like Bublik's game. I like the fact that he's just so, you know, creative with his game. But again, it's a master series. I don't know that I see him being able to get through.
Right.
Yeah. There you go, buddy.
I do think it's going to be Goffin versus Dimitrov still. I still think that's going to happen. And to answer Paul's question, I just saw he was asking, what is Emer going to do? Well, Emer gets a qualifier in the first round, so there's an opportunity there. But then he would get Basilashvili. And if he is playing anything like the way he was,
you better come out there with them hands ready.
Knock him out! He got them hands. We know Basilashvili got them hands.
We know he got them hands.
We know he got them hands. So
quietly,
it might be tight on Emer, you know. Stick and move. Stick and move,
baby. Yes, sir.
So let's go to the bottom half of the draw. And in this first section, now, I don't mean to just disrespect everybody else that's in it. So let me give them their little light to shine. You got Sebastian Korda and Maturino and Schwartzman and Fognini. But it don't matter, because this is Karasev's section, and Karasev is coming all the way through.
I fully believe that, yo. It'll be interesting to see his matchup against Fognini, because Fognini possesses a weird amount of power as well. He's a powerful guy as well. But I want to see that matchup. But I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think I see him making it to the quarters. Sorry. Yeah, there you go.
No, yeah, exactly. Like I said, if y'all don't like Karasev, y'all not gonna like listening to Brothers on Tennis for a while.
You're not. Because he's our that's
our guy.
He's ours.
So yeah.
Sorry.
So, all right. So moving on. In the next section, now this is kind of the buster section to me here, because you got Rublev, who I just think is going to skate in here, because you got Fucsovics, and
I was about to say, don't sleep on Fucsovics, but I know Rublev will take him out.
Yeah. And actually, if you remember at the end of their last match, Fucsovics said he hopes he doesn't have to play Rublev anymore the rest of this year. So I think he's even in his head now. So I don't know that he pulls that out. Pear, you can never do it on him.
Pear gonna lose to Musetti.
Musetti's going to come through there because Garin he's a clay court guy. I don't expect for him to represent. So I see Musetti versus Rublev.
Who need to step up and take the opportunity is Marin Cilic. He really, that to me, should be the guy who should get through. I know, because his mind ain't right no more.
Look, let me tell you what. I watched his last match that he got drove in, and he's looking like, I looked at him and I was like, he looked like an old man out there. He looked like a shell of himself.
He ready for the Champions Tour or something.
He not beating nobody looking like that. I mean, I know he got name recognition and all that, but if I was a young and up and coming person, I would be checking for Cilic and hoping that he was in my section of the draw.
Him and Benoit Paire, because both of them, sorry. As we say though, kudos to one of our own though, Michael Moe. Made it in there, so he'll be a wild card, and he plays Musetti. But unfortunately, I think Musetti's just going to. I actually see Musetti actually getting through there. Yeah,
I mean, yeah. And then Paul wants to mention Tennis Sangren. I would just want to even mention him. So if he gets right, I see what you're saying, Paul. Paul is saying that he wants Tennis Sangren to win his first round match just so Rublev can clown on him.
Can smack him down, yes.
Even though I would love to see that, I can't. No, I'm always going to want the first round loss of Tennis Sangren. But if he happens to get past that,
there you go.
It'll be fun to watch Rublev play with him.
That's right. Yes, like the cat with a toy.
Yeah, that was exactly what I was thinking about. I was like.
Yes, sir.
Now, in the next section of 16, very interesting because you've got Shapovalov, Herkic, Umber, Raonic, who I ain't really on right now anyway, but in the details there, who Herkic may play in the second round is Jeremy Chardy. And if you have not been paying attention, Chardy is one of the hottest players on the tour right now.
Yeah, Chardy is playing some ball, y'all. He is. He came back on his countryman on Ugo Umber, and was like, "Nah, young one, I still got game." So yeah, Chardy is feeling himself right now. So that is not going to be an easy matchup.
No. I think it's going to still end up being Umber versus Shapovalov at the end of the day. But it's not going to be an easy road. It's not going to be an easy road for sure.
I completely agree with you, bro. That's who I had coming through there as well.
And then for the final section,
you
got this weird combination of players down here. You have the Demon Yora, and you got Sonego, one of the up-and-coming Italians we're talking about. You got Nishikori, who's looking really good on his comeback.
He's coming back.
And then you got Tsitsipas with that flapjack backhand. So, I mean, what you thinking?
And quietly, don't potentially sleep on Kevin Anderson because he down there too. He might be Tsitsipas's first match there. I do expect Tsitsipas to rebound though. I expect him to rebound. And I do see him getting through there. I put, I just call it the seeds. I put Demonar versus Tsitsipas. I think, like you said, from the above, it will be an interesting path for them to get there, both of them. But yeah, I think I see that as being the matchup. What about you, bro?
I agree with you, but I would tell you one thing. If I could get in Michael Chang's ear or Nishikori's ear, I would just make it a backhand battle.
Exactly, because we know Nishikori got that backhand.
Right.
He could keep him pinned in that corner all day long.
Right. And if he does that, Nishikori could win that match.
It could be an upset. I agree. I just feel like Tsitsipas will have learned something from that Zverev match, because that couldn't have felt good knowing that you were up on somebody and you had the last 5 wins and then they just came and stole a title from you. That has to be a little bit like,
right,
get under your skin a bit. So I expect him to be a little bit angry and to be able to get his stuff right.
Right,
But
right.
I'm so happy for that Nishikori is back playing
Yeah.
Nishikori tennis because I like Nishikori, I like Kay, and
Hmm.
yeah, I'm real happy to see he's playing good tennis again.
And like Corey said, Nishikori has a great return to serve as well.
Yes, he
So
does.
that will help kind of balance things out. So like I was saying in the first part of
Yeah,
our show, if you listen to the media, they'll clown Miami because they'll say you ain't got Federer, you ain't got Nadal, you ain't got Djokovic, you ain't got Team, you ain't got Serena. But you just heard us go through those draws. That's about as good of a tournament as you're going to see.
trying to tell
And
you.
it starts tomorrow, and I am going to be all over it.
Absolutely. Bryce, what it represents is this is what probably 2 to 3 years out, this is what tennis will look like.
Mm-hmm.
This is tennis without the big three, without Serena. It's going to happen.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? It's inevitable. But to me, that's what these two draws look like. They look post big three, post the GOAT, Miss Serena Williams.
Right. So okay. So since we got a few minutes left here, what's your opinion on the whole Serena thing? Because I knew she had the tooth pulled
Right,
and all
right.
that and all that kind of stuff. But like, if you've been training and you got to get a tooth pulled, maybe that, you got the whole anesthesia and stuff, and maybe that
Mm,
knocks you down for a day or two.
right.
I, I wasn't expecting for her to have to withdraw from the tournament. And it kind of makes me feel like it's a little bit of an excuse. And
Oh
I'm not
yeah,
sure what the reasoning is. I mean, because I thought, Miami, the
I do.
tournament being in her backyard.
But in truth, Bryce, why play it? Miami's not going to help her on the clay.
That's
Serena's all
correct.
about the Grand Slam. She's about
Right?
winning Grand Slam. Miami is not going to help her to prepare for the clay and to prepare for Roland Garros. So I looked at it like, what is it really going to do for her? And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, nothing, because she'll still play some clay warm up. She's still gonna get herself right for Roland Garros.
Mm-hmm.
And she a mama. She got Olympia. They doing their IG thing, having fun. To me, I think it's a great decision. Go and have some fun, relax, get
Mm-hmm.
get yourself right, take some time off. Because again, Miami doesn't really mean anything to Serena. It's not going to help her to really get right for either Roland Garros or for Wimbledon, in my
Is
opinion.
okay, but is there an argument though that Miami being 1,000-point tournament,
Mm-hmm.
um, you know, part of Serena winning a major, I think, is about her draw. You
Right.
know, and so I kind of keep that in the back of my mind, like at least play the big ones so that your
Yeah.
seeding stays where you're not playing anybody crazy early.
That's the thing, Bryce. And that was the thing that kind of toiled through my head is that's where you would see a disadvantage. If you're not playing a Masters 1000 or a Tier 1 as they were called for the women,
Uh-huh.
that's a lot of points you're missing out on.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to get to a point where your ranking gets impacted, such like you said, you get into a Grand Slam and you're not seated where you need to be so that
Mm-hmm.
you have a good look at getting those
Right.
7 matches under your belt. So I
Right.
completely agree with you and 100% absolutely great argument. I think it's just one of those things for her where she was just kind of like weighing the options and she was just kind of like, I'll do without. I mean, because with the rankings the way that they are, they're
Mm-hmm.
really not going to impact her that much, given the fact that you can still hold on to a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
points,
Right.
And so we know that she, had good results at the Australian. She's still going to be living off of, her U.S. Open points from last year. So I think ranking wise, she probably considered it and was like, eh,
Right.
I'll sacrifice it, and then I don't know if she put that much thought into
Well,
it,
no, no,
but
no. If we look, here's the thing: we always know. If we think about it,
yeah,
at least her and her
her
camp
and her camp, right?
have considered it, because
Correct.
otherwise we need to be on the road with somebody if they not
That's
thinking about this kind of stuff.
that's right. That's right. Oops, sorry.
But yeah, no, it's yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited, and the qualifying got started today, and we saw some decent results coming out there. So, Tennis Channel has all of it, y'all.
Yes,
So
it does.
you
Yes,
know,
it
just
does.
camp out and watch some really good tennis.
Who you want your announcers to be?
I tell you who I don't want it to be. Uh, I don't need to hear none of Ted Robinson. And you know what? They got another crew of announcers in the mix now that I
They
don't
do.
really know who they are, but they sound basic and simple and plain. And I'm not really enjoying them a whole bunch. But I heard that we're gonna have like Courier and Lindsay and some good folks. So and
Yeah.
Paul is asking, did Nicholas Monroe get the doubles wild card? I don't know because I had not seen the doubles draw come out yet.
Yeah.
And and Nick, no Brad.
No Brad.
This is all Tennis Channel, right?
All Tennis
so
Channel.
Brad is ESPN, so we don't have to deal with him. And I agree with you, also. Just let Chanda do it.
Let Chanda do it.
Chanda, Lindsay,
Prakash, Lindsay.
Jim Courier.
Mm-hmm.
They
Steve
Tennis
Weissman.
Channel,
I love Steve.
Martina.
You
know, I'm good with any of those. So
Jim, let's not forget Jim.
Oh yeah, definitely Jim. But I just no Ted Robinson.
Right.
None of the new basic people. And
I love how you rattled that off. Call them bitches basic.
I mean, if they needed some new people, I had some recommendations for them. Dang,
Listen.
And at first, let me tell you what. At first, I thought I was on Tennis Channel Plus, and I was like, okay, because they can put some of the Buster people on Tennis Channel Plus on those outer courts and all of that.
Right.
But then I was watching regular Tennis Channel, and I heard, and I was like, now wait a minute. I had just put you guys above the ESPN folks. Don't be playing down to your competition.
Right, we're gonna pull you back down.
Right,
pull you back down.
Oh my goodness.
Hey now.
Hey, we see you. So, all right, we have really got I think we have made up for not being on Instagram in a couple of weeks.
Right. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah, and we apologize that we haven't been on Instagram the last couple of weeks. We have just gotten an absolute clown on Locker Room. And if y'all not on Locker Room, y'all need to get on there because that's where we're really having the conversations. Our girl Karima is one of the first people to start testing the Android version of Locker Room. So hopefully that will be coming up soon. But yeah, we weren't on Locker Room tonight. We were having some technical issues tonight, so we decided to just double up on Instagram, and it's always a good time out here.
That it is, y'all. Y'all make it fun. We love y'all throwing these topics at us because you know how to trigger us. Y'all know how to do it.
Right.
Know how to do it.
and Nick is saying that the Lisa interview was great this weekend, and so so there you go. Nick, as being on Locker Room, came and listened to us do the Lisa Loeb interview live this weekend.
Jamie Loeb.
I mean, I'm sorry, Jamie Loeb.
About the singer.
Because we talked about that. We talked about Lisa. We talked about Chuck Loeb. Right. Look here, Nick. You getting me in trouble. Jamie Loeb. I'm sorry, Jamie. I apologize.
It's all good, Jamie.
But yeah, we recorded that on Locker Room this weekend, and I think we're going to try to get that out on Saturday.
Correct.
So definitely listen into that. It was a really good interview. So I can't believe you did that, Nick. I'm mad at you right now. So anyway, Isaac, any final words that
cool. Yeah.
I just want to answer a Paul's question here about Corey.
Yeah.
So I do know that Corey and our producer Chester have been in touch. And they had picked some time that they were going to try to get together. We're still going to do the interview, but I think it was going to be like late April or early. It was sometime, but yes, we have been in contact. So thank you for that connection, Paul.
Yes, thank you, Paul, as always.
Sorry, Isaac, you were saying.
No. It's all good, brother. No, I just, I always just Great talking tennis, man. I don't have anything else. Just hope everybody out there is doing well, and keep yourself safe. And we're rounding the corner, very
Right.
very slowly, but we're rounding the corner. So y'all just hang in there and keep doing what's right.
Isaac and I have both gotten our first vaccination shots, so we're halfway there, and
Yes,
so continue to help the country.
that's right.
You
Because we
know,
need it.
yes, absolutely. So anyway, well, once again, thank you for tuning in this week. We will be back next Monday to talk. We should have some good results from Miami. And we should probably be at about the round of 16 stage at that point.
Yes.
So join us. We're gonna congratulate and we're gonna clown. So come join us for that. So signing off from the podcast. This has been your boy Bryce,
And this is your boy Isaac.
and we are Brothers on Tennis. Everyone have a very, very safe week. Take care.